Hello everyone, this is Joel from SOEN. You're watching Tumma Nuotti.
Muista tilata kanava, tykätä videosta ja laittaa kello päälle.
Tumma Nuotti. Yhteistyössä videotuotanto ja mediapalvelut. JPV-Palvelut.fi. Mine VR and print. Kun on aika painaa.
Greetings everybody, this is Tumma Nuotti, and whoop-to-do, stick a needle in your eye, we have a guest, we have a singer, Joel, from SOEN.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Incredible! Whoa, what a treat for us. What do you think about Sami?
This is absolutely a treat for us.
Yes. But, you know, the memorial record, I think, personally, that is a landmark record for you.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, thank you, first, and then I would say, for us it's always the last album is the best, That's the one that you're most proud of. Yeah, I think it landed really good. It's a great album. It got nominated. It won Album of the Year, Metal Hammer.
Yeah.
Which is so. I'm very glad for it, and then also we changed direction a little bit. We went a little bit more towards metal, if you're a little bit harder compared to the first albums, and that can be sometimes it can be hard. It can be sensitive for a band to change a little bit, but I'm really glad that people are welcoming it, and that they like it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it got some great reviews, and I think SOEN never did a bad album. It was, the fan base was growing up all the time.
Yeah.
And this was the kind of what I think, it was a landmark record for you.
Well, the thing is, we're just that kind of band that works, in micro detail on our albums. We cannot go into a studio and just record an album in a week. I love that kind of stuff too, but SOEN is not one of them. We work hard. We pay attention to all the details. But I'm glad it turns out also, it turns out to something that you can be proud of,
Yeah, the history with inside the hard rock music genre. What a great records. I mean, if you think about Rainbow, the 70s stuff, it changes all the time to the certain direction.
Yeah.
So what can we expect for the next SOEN record?
Well, that's so hard because we don't plan it. We don't sit down and have like a strategy that we're going this way or that way. It just turned out. The thing was that we just wanted to do more. We wanted to infuse more metal into the music because that's where we were mentally. It was not a plan. It was the songs just came out more hard. Maybe the next album will be jazz ballads. But
Grindcore jazz ballads.
Grindcore. The thing is that as long as we do the music that we like, then hopefully the crowd will like it, so that you don't start to try to anticipate, what your audience wants. Because that never works. It doesn't create good music.
No. I think what really is about music, to the honesty of music, and when music is coming from the heart and soul, it's pure energy when you're listening.
Yeah.
And that's what I found from SOEN from the day one. Actually from day two, because I found Reinhardt record before the one. But Sami has something to say.
And the best thing about SOEN is there is always something new. Like you said, maybe it's jazz record, but metal is always there. And you're a true metal band like it should be. Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, you can point it to me. And
Yeah.
I believe that you have to wear your heart on your sleeve. You have to be, you know. Sometimes we have been accused to be pretentious. You know that you're too serious or something. But in a way, I think that's also a way to be brave. Too, to not just joke everything away or make everything to an ironic joke,
Yeah.
To be honest and have soul in the music. That's at least, what means something to us. So, and that seems to be what people stick to in our albums. That they like you say, it has so heart and soul, and you have to sometimes. In the metal genre, you have to be tough and you have to be macho, and then it can be hard to also be sensitive.
Yeah.
And we're trying to balance that and to show that you don't have to be, weak to have a heart,
That's brave to be a little bit sensitive.
Indeed, and you also did a live record, Atlantis, back in 2022. It was recorded in 2021. Can you tell me something? Because every time me and Sami we have a Tumma Nuotti barbecue, we are listening only live records.
Yeah, all right.
That's our ritual, and we'd like to know that why you released that and. What was your thought about that? Because there are different kind of reasons why bands release or record company probably release live records. But what was your point for Atlantis? Because it was a little bit different live record.
Well, it came out at the end of the pandemic. Yeah, I can hold this if you like.
Yes.
And everyone was saying, all these bands are doing live streams, and you should do one too. Go into your rehearsal room and we will put up a mobile phone and put it out on the web. And so we said, okay, we can do this, but we're not gonna do it like that. It's not how we do things, So sure, we can do a live stream, but then it's gonna be a fucking, something that we can stand behind. And then we rented Atlantis studio in Stockholm. It's like a famous studio, very beautiful studio. And then we were like, okay, why, if we're gonna do this live, why don't we add some strings and build some string arrangements? And we just it's a SOEN thing. We once we get started, we don't stop. Actually, I have to say big tribute to Lars Åhlund in the band. He has written all the string arrangements. He's the the academic of the band, the one with the actual long musical academic background. So it's easy for him to do that kind of stuff. So it turned out into a live stream that we also wanted to release as a live album because it turned out well.
Yeah.
And now it's there, and I'm really glad that it came out.
It's extremely. How can you describe that Atlantis record? It's very calm and it's atmospheric, sonically, if that's even a word, basically. But
I have to add also. I guess we are this. Same generation kind of maybe, and I grew up with the unplugged stuff on MTV. The Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Unplugged. I love that shit. It was huge. So it's also the secret dream I had to make that kind of versions of our songs, and it was like something that we all wanted to do. How will our songs sound in a different setting? just just as they did.
So we are children of the 90s.
Correct.
Yes. Sami have something to say.
And they did Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains and Nirvana, legendary unplugged albums in MTV. So live albums were 90s stuff, I think.
It's a missing art in a bit. I don't want to point fingers, but I think too many bands today, they play too much backing tracks live. I don't see anything wrong with having a few backing tracks, but when you hear all the instruments on backing tracks, basically, then I think, what's the point? I mean, I came from rehearsal space. We made our songs in the rehearsal space together with our instruments, and so it's natural for us to play the songs, and that also goes with the live thing. That's kind of the point. You go on stage and you play the fucking instrument, and that's how it sounds.
Of course, my latest album was Neil Young's live album from 70s or 80s. That was really rare too.
Yeah, fantastic.
Are we speaking about music? What comes to heart and soul? We talk about also kind of a supernatural things too, and we're both kind of supernatural freaks also. Well, I am. Do you believe that supernatural thing?
Well, how can I put this? I'm born and raised Catholic, and for Catholics it's natural to believe in mysticism and symbols. And I'm open. I wouldn't. That's part of me. That's part of what kind of made metal interesting to me, because if God is real, the devil must be real, and then it kind of becomes more interesting. If everything is just a joke and you're just pretending, then it gets kind of silly. But if you actually believe it, where I came from, on my mother's side, the devil was something bad, something really horrible, so then metal became a bit more interesting,
Yeah, have you ever experienced something supernatural?
Twilight Zone.
I have no. To be honest, I don't know.
Maybe.
I hope I will.
Well, you're open about it, so maybe this interview might open some worlds for you.
Kind of think it's stupid to close all the doors. That's like it's a bit ignorant to say that you know the truth, that you know everything, and that you know for sure that there is nothing supernatural. It's stupid, and it's very narrow-minded. It's like, I like to think that what the hell, there might be something,
The truth is out there.
Yeah, do you want to develop on it? What do you mean with supernatural? What does it mean to you? Now I'm the interviewer.
Well, I feel energies, and sometimes, well, quite often when music is coming from the heart and soul, just like I told you before, I feel the energy.
Yeah.
Because when if you're singing your heart out, it's energy, and it kind of it delivers some kind of a message.
Yeah.
But Sami, you have something to say.
Yeah, things lead to another thing. That's supernatural too, sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, but can you say top 5 records or live records?
But it's
The tough one.
Yeah. I can't come up with so many, but
Top 3.
yeah. I'm just thinking about, I always go back to my childhood, because that was when, and to me, for some weird reason, my dad had Gary Moore live. I always listen to that. I still love it, you know. It was not the coolest album, but I fucking loved it. And then, yeah, you know. And then I think I'd have to say Alice in Chains, More Theater on the first facelift. Yeah. The DVD they made, live DVD. I think the songs are amazing on that one because, you know, in the live setting, the way Lane Staley sings on that album. Oh yeah. In his fucking prime, you know, when he's, it's just amazing, you know. I've watched it so many fucking times, like it's, I almost start to cry when I think about it. So that's the biggest ones for me.
But also we have a food conspiracy, because you're from Sweden, and you have this thing called surströmming.
Surströmming. Yeah.
Is that a food or is it chemical weapon?
Yeah, you know, we put it at the border to keep the Russians away. You know,
like in the elevator.
It's kind of. First time I had it was with my grandfathers. You know, and we opened the can outside because you can't. You know, it's yeah.
Not in the elevator.
I just remember the flies came like, ooh, this is nice. You know, so there was just like. And to me, so it's mixed memories, you know. I still like, you know, feel this kind of patriotic feeling for surströmming, but at the same time, I have to say the smell is
yeah. It's amazing. Now I think we're done. So next, sports and weather.
Tumma Nuotti on ohjelma, jossa kastuu myös sukat. Tumma Nuotti.